Stay with me. Right or wrong, in tune, out of tune, doesn't matter. I'm a big fan of using your voice to make a choice, to play things that sound like phrases. This video is sponsored by Gator Cases. Guitarists, like any other musician, value the advantages of proper protection for their gear and arriving in their destination city with one guitar and not two pieces of one guitar. Guitars, amps, effects, and accessories all need safe transport and storage. Luckily, Gator's got you covered. Okay, gang, I'm getting in the trance and I'm happy to be hanging out with you. My name's Tim Fagan, aka Guitar Friend Tim. I love playing guitar here in Nashville and beaming it out to the world, and you hopefully enjoy it too. This is something I was working on today, just a random little loop, and it all started with singing some gibberish. Right or wrong, in tune, out of tune, doesn't matter. I'm a big fan of using your voice to make a choice, to play things that sound like phrases. That's all this video is about. I'll walk you through my little recipe. Hopefully you get something out of it. Very simply, the pattern I was playing was an AABA. And if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it really quick because I know you've heard it a million times. It's very simply like duck, duck, goose, that game. So if I have a phrase that I sang, that initial one, the da, 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 ba, ba, da, that whole phrase right there, that whole musical sentence is my A phrase. I'm not talking about key or letter names, even though it's confusing. That's how musicians are, lots of letters and numbers. We're just labeling it as A. So that when that A phrase comes around again with that sort of answer to it, right? There might be a slight variation, but the thing that makes it what it is that it's got these distinctive qualities, like the way that it ends and the way that it kicks off. All those elements of repetition give it like something to hang on to for the player, for the listener. It goes down smooth. But right at the moment where you feel like 3 times in a row might be too much, or 4 times, it's up to you as the player to decide where the amount of repetitions would become too repetitive. That's the beauty of the B. In other words, AABA means that when you go somewhere else, you go away. You give us a break from that lick for a while. Off the cuff, I played something like a... something like that, right? It has a different shape to it, right? It has a more identifying quality of like... so that when I come back for the A one more time to the... it gives us this sort of journey back home. I know it seems silly, but that's a lot of what our brains like to listen to as humans. It's by no means the only way to do it. The fun is that I hope once you start listening and hearing these patterns and these forms, you'll start to just see more opportunities everywhere and then play with maybe doing, instead of an AABA, that's just one of many options. You could do AAAB. You might find that it all comes down to like alternating every other. But you get into this game of allowing yourself to either literally sing using your voice into a looper, into a voice memo, or whatever it is, humming along as you play, or training your inner ear to sort of hear like, well, what could I do over this? Like, you know, this little groove, I guess I deleted that, but let's say if I did like the... you start hearing like... and you just simply go on this sort of Easter egg hunt, finding the treasure, or maybe it turns out to be junk, but at least you made it, and you have this sense of like, oh yeah, that thing I heard in my head, I found the notes. You're training your ear, you're training your muscle memory, and the biggest thing is that you're training your musical conversation skills to say a thing, take a breath, repeat it with a twist, and then look for where you want to go next. That opens the door to playing like you're telling a story. It doesn't have to be perfect. Not all stories are good, but any stories that can be called a story, they have a certain kind of structure. The ones that stick around at least. So, speaking of stories, I had a great time this week out at the Americana Fest here in Nashville. Saw some incredible guitar players. Daniel Lanois Trio, huge inspiration for me. His tone was just mammoth and so minimal. So much volume and so much delicate sort of dynamic playing with fingertips. Just a trio, drums, bass, and Daniel, and he played lap steel, a pedal steel. It was just out of this world, epic, ethereal, and their harmonies, their vocal harmonies were amazing. It was a real, master class and minimal ingredients and maximum effect. Great songs too. Guthrie Trapp, Tom Bukovac, Jed Hughes, Guitar Party, that was amazing at 3rd and Lindsley here in Nashville. They're just ripping it up. They're just freaking cruising right now, hitting the turbo boosters. And each one of them can bring it, Guthrie opened up playing just him, drop D. I love that sound when he plays that real melodic, soulful stuff. And then the band, his band, Tim Marks and is it Jordan Perlson? I hope I got that name right, but such a great drummer, such a great bass player. And they brought in, obviously Uncle Larry, and just everywhere you looked, it was like a tennis match of that's the best solo I've ever heard. No, that's the best solo I've ever heard. Good times, really fresh and thriving scene, and there were a bunch of other shows. My good friend Chris Galbuta has an outfit now called Cowboy Candy. Amazing, just able to rip great songs. He's a hilarious guy, so really good songs with great hooks and titles. Everywhere you look, being humbled here in Nashville and also inspired. That's the name of the game. If you feel inspired by any of this, you want to work out with me, we do live workouts pretty much every day of the week in guitarworkoutoftheday.com, and that's my community, 500 members strong and counting, and we'd love to have you come join us and just follow your voice in the meantime and every time. How about that? Oh, and by the way, leave a comment. Tell me what it is you want me to focus on next. I want to give you an easy win each week. Let me know. Nice to meet you, guitar friend. We'll see you.